You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
All right, so here you have a picture of Miss Williams. You can clearly see she is very well put together, beautiful skin, beautiful black woman. She is very well educated. And everybody was able to see the clip. I put up a short, and you were able to hear exactly what was stated. She stated that she wouldn't date a bus driver, but she would date the guy if he owned the company, right? Showing a difference basically in level. She's not going to date a guy who is, making, a little bit of money. She wants somebody who basically owns the company. Like I said, no problem. I get it. She's a woman. Women want a guy who has more, makes more than them. They don't want a guy that's on an equal playing field or somebody who is below them. I get it. No problem. Because at the end of the day, women want to be able to depend on that guy, just in case they want to quit their job, or if anything just so happens to them, they can directly just lean on that guy and just, he'll just take care of the whole situation. Like I said, I get it. No problem. But the only thing that I've always stated that I ask specifically is at the moment in time that I just so happen to hear black women who are in this arena where they are very well educated, you know, college, they got, all the degrees, they got all of this money. The moment in time that you happen to speak, please, please, please refrain from trying to talk down on black men in a certain type of way, right? That's the only thing that I've always asked. That's the main thing that I've stated to both black men and black women whenever it is that they want to specifically talk about vice versa or the black community in general. Please refrain from doing it, because 9 times out of 10, you're not exactly in the right arena to directly be able to speak on us.
I saw that sister on the Breakfast Club this morning. What's her name? Erica K.Williams. What's the sister who was on there with Charlemagne and Envy today? Very well-spoken sister. What's her name? I seen her. What's the sister's name, brothers and sisters? Eboni. Eboni K.Williams. Well-spoken sister. She made some great points, but dear Eboni, that's not what you was talking, sweetheart. That's not what you was talking, sister. See, we can't talk out both sides of our mouth. We can't talk out both sides of our mouth, sister. We can't talk out both sides of our mouth. I didn't disagree with much of what you said today, but that's not what you said the other day, sister. You was talking down to working class blacks.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if
a
he
bus
owns
driver?
the bus? If he owns
No.
it. If he owns the bus,
See,
he
that's
owns
a
it.
problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Okay.
Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well. I would date a bus.
You are a bourgeoisie. You are a bourgeoisie feminist, and I hope to God you wasn't engaged to no white man, because I thought somebody said you was engaged to a white man. Eboni, I better not find out. If I find out your ass was swimming in the milk, I'm going to lose a lot of respect for you, sister. Because then you're telling me, at the end of the day, you are trying to condemn black men to justify dating white. If you are an interracial dater, if you are a bunny hopper, then what you are telling me is your whole diatribe, your whole rant against black men driving the bus was a justification so you can date a white man. I hope that ain't the case.
Here comes a new challenger.
It was revealed that CFO Stephen Glenn was the man that Eboni broke up with during the self-realization period. As fans will recall, Eboni spoke about her relationship, stating her fiance had children in New Jersey who he chose to quarantine with during the pandemic. The couple was together for 4 years, and Stephen is the managing director of a private equity partnership, according to the outlet. Stephen is 53 and resides in New Jersey with his three children, who are 21, 18, and 14, in his $2 million home. While Ebony seemed to blame the children for the separation, a source stated to the outlet that the latest housewife never took an interest in his family and was far from getting married. The source revealed that the kids barely knew her. So you mean to tell me that this educated black woman who wanted to speak on the hypothetical, which is still a realistic thing that takes place where you have black men who are driving buses for a living. She, in a sense, wanted to state that she would not date that guy. And she was just simply going off of the fact of money, right? She wasn't going off of the fact that, hey, this is a nice guy. He treats me well. He loves me. He cares for me. He values me, right? She did not even mention, she didn't even fathom that whole arena of what it is that that black man emotionally could actually bring and give directly to her. And to find out that, just as always, usually the main loudest ones talking when it comes to black women that want to talk high and mighty and they want to make sure to put down black men are the main ones that are specifically dating men of other races. And as I stated before, that's completely fine. I have no problem with that. At one point in time, you can go back through the content, you can more than likely hear that there was an issue or a problem. And then I got to the realization, I'm like, why? Why would I, in a sense, really care for and about women who, in a sense, don't even care or not even looking in my direction? I need to clear cut mind my business, which I do. And as I stated before, the only reason I'm even talking about this is because she wanted to talk brave, big, and bold. And then she wanted to have another instance of which she made a rebuttal because she was getting a lot of backlash online from a lot of people. And you can, within her response, you can hear, well, not even hear, you can see the anger directly in her eyes from the backlash that she got from all of the stuff that the comments that people wrote. It really touched a nerve directly to her. And she tried to go back and state that, oh, well, I'm just simply stating that I don't only want better for me, but I'm stating that we should want better in general. And especially dealing with black men, you should want to aspire, do better, yada yada yada, all that great grand stuff. But again, you're talking oh so high and mighty, but yet you were out here dating other. For me, I would picture that she would want to talk that way about a guy of her preference, because remember, she was engaged to this guy but she broke it up. And seemingly, from at least what I'm gathering, is that it might have had something to do with the fact that he wanted to be quarantined with his kids versus, I guess, being quarantined or around her during that time. And that, if I go back, and they stated that she blames the kids for the reason that, everything didn't work out, which is crazy. Sweetheart, it was you at the end of the day. Like, don't ever don't ever in your life decide that you're going to come into a guy's life who has kids, something that's already established, and you're going to blame the reason why this, relationship with your preference didn't work out. You're going to blame the kids. No, it's you. It's you directly at the end of the day. Again, this is a black woman. She is very educated. She is smart. She is very great looking. And she had her preference. And for whatever reason, magically, That didn't work out. Also noting the fact it's not like she had to actually be a stepmother because the kids were pretty much grown except for the 14-year-old. And I'm pretty sure she would not have had to help rear or raise that child or be a stepmother. He would have never asked her to do that. He wouldn't even expect her to do that. But like I said, she's probably one of those ones that has a certain type of attitude about a certain types of thing, and she wants things a specific type of way. And this is what happens. So she had that knight in shining armor. She had that high paying guy, that guy that had that, that great job, right? He was a partner. He was an owner in a sense. He was a partner making great money, $2 million home. And magically, this educated black woman, smart, beautiful, could not keep that man. Didn't work out. And then the same educated, beautiful black woman decided that she wanted to talk down upon the question that was given to her about would she date a black man who drove a bus. Crazy, ain't it? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? But like I said, I pretty much mind my business on a lot of things up until I find out that you have certain individuals out here that specifically want to talk down about black men and the types of jobs that they are doing, that they are making a living from, that they have a career, directly in. Like, just imagine if men started requiring that. If they were like, yo, if you're going to be a woman that's going to be doing hair or nails, like, I expect you to own it. I expect you to own that business wherever you are doing that work. I don't expect you to be an employee. I expect you to be an owner. Just imagine if men had that type of line of thinking and those prerequisites. Women would have issues. Women would have problems. They were like, why would I have to own anything? I'm making good money and yada, 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 and all this other type of good stuff. And like I said, you know, again, that shows you the difference in between, men and women. Men will accept a woman no matter, even if she is highly educated, has a lot of money, whatever it is. Men would still want to be with that woman. Or if a woman has an average job making average money, he would still want to be with her. Even if a woman is working as a waitress, a man would still want to be with her. No matter what tier of women that you have men that will want to be or that will seek some type of a relationship with that woman. But can you say the same thing in reverse when it comes to women that are in this high order? Would they want to be with a man that is making way less than them? No. Would they want to be with a man that is making average money? No. Would they even want to be with a man that is making the same amount of money? No. They always want a man who is making more. That's why she stated ownership. Now, remember, she's a lawyer. To my knowledge, I'm not sure if she owns her own firm or anything of that nature. I'm not sure. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But to my knowledge, she does not. So it's amazing to hear somebody state that, yo, as a prerequisite, this guy, he needs to be an owner. But are you an owner? Are you an owner? Again, I keep telling people, how is it possible that you have women out here? Again, I'm just trying to figure out, how is it possible that you have women out here asking so much of men when it is that they can't even provide those same prerequisites for themselves, for their own, type of thing. Like I said, it's a little bit weird to me. It's a little bit odd. Things need to things need to change. When it comes to that, because again, if people are going for the equality thing, which a lot of women happen to state, then everything should be equal. If you want a guy to be an owner of the bus company, then you yourself as a lawyer need to be the owner of a law firm. You need to own that. You need to have that. Your name needs to be directly on there. No ifs, ands, or buts. If not, then you should be seeking somebody who is within the exact same arena. Something that, of course, you can do yourself. That's how you formulate an equal, type of relationship. But again, No matter how much women say that they want equality, they don't really want equality. They don't really want things to be equal, because at the end of the day, the guy has to or needs to earn more than that woman.
Oh, yes. No disrespect. I love my sister. I love my sister. Don't get me wrong now. She said some good things today, but she departed from the original narrative she was pushing on our working class Africans the other day. She departed from her attack on black males with blue collar jobs. Eboni K. Williams, do you know that you got plumbers who make more money than doctors? Eboni K. Williams, do you know you got carpenters who make more money than surgeons? Eboni K. Williams, do you know you got chefs who make more money than engineers? You got plumbers who make more money than architects. I think you got to go look at your census data, my sister. You got to go look at your census data, my sister. You got to go look at your census data a little bit better, because I heard a whole lot of Eurocentric, pull yourself up by your bootstraps individualism